This is not a total shock to me. I'm surprised. I overestimated the confidence that two young men gave to me, and I'm disappointed in that from that respect, because I truly grew fond of both Dave and Alex. But it's obvious what came out, and I said from the beginning, I'm my worst enemy in this game, because I am very strong-willed. And it became, and I knew that I needed to keep it under rein. And I said coming into this, I'm a wise old man and a deceptive old man. I don't think I got outwit or outplayed, definitely got outlasted. I think I did it myself. And I think the key to that was the exposure one night, because I always wanted to keep low key that I am truly a corporate executive of a company, not just the chief estimator. And in hindsight, I probably would have played that a little differently. In fact, wouldn't even have said a chief estimator, just would have said something like a senior estimator, and had been grinding it out and not responsible for all the bids. But I had done that, and once I did that, one night I slipped about the vehicle that I drove, which happens to be a Cadillac Escalade. And even my pretense, or my attempt at that, in fact, it was a company car, that's still a very extravagant company car. And things came out over the course about the company I work for and where I was at. And then looking at the other contestants, I think they all looked at me and said, this man really doesn't need to win the $1 million. And he has a very confident, strong outlook, and which is evident. And the contestants, as a group, I thought were very good. I think up to this time, the proper people have been eliminated. And I see for the group that's left that I am the proper person to be eliminated. Because in the end, I would have posed a real threat with the individual immunity, in spite of what occurred today. And I think today may have been the frosting on the cake about me. If I had hung in there, who knows? It might have changed. They might have been sitting on the fence and decided to go the way we had originally planned. But it goes to show you, the original alliance, the alliance I had with Butch at the beginning, I think is still there. I think Butch is probably one of the three. I know I voted for Christie. I think he is probably one of the three. I may be wrong on that. And I think the other one could be Rob. But he spent a lot of time talking up there, and my guess is it really wasn't Rob. I think Rob voted for Christie. I was thinking ahead of myself there for the vote for me. So that left, it was 7 votes. Geez, I don't even remember now. Yeah. No, it was, well, whatever it was, I think it's clear to me that Alex and Dave voted for me, as well as Matt. And I could be wrong on that, but that's what I think developed. And I really am very disappointed by that. There aren't 2 other individuals on this on the show or in the game that I didn't really respect. These 2 I really did, and I truly felt a bond. And I don't like being treated that way, because it truly, on their part, was not a bond. And that's sad for them. I would rather see someone at that age not do that than do it. There are certain things you have to live with here in life, and integrity is one of them. And I will never sacrifice that integrity. It's just like tonight, my vote for Christie was influenced strongly by the group. I didn't want to do Christie. We had agreed that we were gonna, it was very evident. We were 6-4, the men, and we were just gonna pick them off one at a time. So that's it. That's the only real regret I have, is I said going in, I don't know any of these people. I'm not the kind of person that says suddenly in my life I come together with 15 other people and I'm going to have bonding relationships. It isn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. I'll never see these people again in my life. I would never cross paths with any of them. And my philosophy of life is, quite frankly, very different than all of them. So, and like I say, the only thing that really disappointed me is I assessed those two young men incorrectly. And so I don't have to worry about it. You don't go through life at 56, and especially the experiences I have, and have this as a crushing blow to your life. It was fun. I enjoyed it immensely. Just making the show was something that I know Diane, my wife, didn't think I could do it, and I said I'd do it, and I did it, and that was a big hurdle. And then not being kicked off in the first one was another hurdle, and the next one I didn't make, because my next hurdle was to be the jury. And that's the only thing I regret. I'd really like to be on the jury. I would have rather got through tonight and had this hit me at the next immunity challenge, but I'm one immunity challenge short. Thanks.
Has it taught you anything?
I have to honestly say, I don't think this experience has really changed me in any way. I'm 56 years old. I've always, my personality, if it isn't established by now, then help me. I mean, this is who I am, and like I said earlier, I never would, my integrity is there. I'll be deceitful, but I would not ever go against my integrity. And I repeat that I really, and because I am who I am, the two gentlemen, they've lost it for me. I have no respect for them. Yeah, it's crossed my mind. They thought I was bossy and irritating. I am. There's no question about it. I said at the beginning, the worst, the challenge here, and for me, was not to come across as myself, because I knew that would be the toughest thing to get over. I am a very strong individual, and I am a leader, and I can't hold that back. And what you saw in the show, in all honesty, was toned down, because all these things, everything, they pushed all my buttons. I will say every one of them. And again, I keep coming back to Alex and Dave. They didn't, but everyone else pushed my buttons. I mean, I would have loved, I can run through the whole list. Butch is such the opposite of me. Here's a 50-year-old man that basically has thrown in the towel. He joins AARP, and that to me is shameful. But he does it under the guise, he gets a 10, 15% discount, and so on and so forth. He is the complete opposite of me. And I will only look at and I've got the opportunity, I might as well do it. I don't know if it'll get aired or not. That's Butch. As I told you, Dave and Alex, absolutely, total disappointment to me. They're two young men that obviously do not have integrity. Everything else about him is good. I was especially impressed with Dave. But now I see it was all BS. And Alex was all BS to begin with, but he's out there. I liked him. And when people do that to me, that's it. I mean, he's young. They're both young. They got their whole lives ahead of themselves. And they have to live with that. I don't. The three young girls, absolutely I find I've never seen three young women so full of BS, and especially that Heidi, her stories are just, it absolutely drives me crazy. Implants at a young age like that, the mentality, I don't, when I say the three, Shauna, I didn't even know. But the group that is left here, and then Dina is actually, she's a female me. So I don't think she's going to go much further, but we'll see. Rob, I really enjoyed the kid, and that's another one. I do think he voted for Christie, but I may be wrong. I told him from the very beginning I would do everything to keep him as long into the show. He really needs to be there. And then Matt is just kind of an unknown. So anyway, I got that off my chest.